Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes SenseTime plunges after death of China AI firm's co-founder. ByteDance says use of OpenAI technology in compliance with service terms. Hong Kong stocks fall from two-week high on weak China outlook as Xpeng slumps. Chinese firms look to Malaysia for assembly of high-end chips, sources say. History says the Nasdaq will surge in 2024, one stock split stock to buy before it does. SenseTime plunges after death of China AI firm's co-founder. Bloomberg. Chinese AI firm SenseTime Group Incorporated saw its shares drop by as much as 18% following the unexpected death of co-founder Tang Xiaoyu. The company has been dealing with the impact of slowing growth and U.S. sanctions, including being blacklisted by the U.S. government in 2019. SenseTime has denied accusations of inflating revenues made by short seller Grizzly Research. Tang, who had a 21% stake in the company, was a pioneer in China's AI sector and played a key role in the development of SenseTime. The company has been considering raising funds and potentially spinning off its autonomous driving and healthcare units. ByteDance says use of OpenAI technology in compliance with service terms. South China Morning Post. TikTok parent company ByteDance has denied allegations that it used OpenAI's technology to develop its own artificial intelligence (AI) model in breach of OpenAI's terms of service. ByteDance stated that a small team of engineers used OpenAI's API service for an experimental model that was never publicly launched, but that this work was discontinued in April. OpenAI has suspended ByteDance access to its service while it further investigates the claims. Hong Kong stocks fall from two-week high on weak China outlook as Xpeng slumps. South China Morning Post. Chinese firms look to Malaysia for assembly of high-end chips, sources say. South China Morning Post. Chinese semiconductor design companies are turning to Malaysian firms to assemble high-end chips amid fears of expanded U.S. sanctions on China's chip industry. Chinese firms are asking Malaysian chip packaging companies to assemble graphics processing units, GPUs. The requests only involve assembly, not fabrication of the chip wafers. Malaysia, a major hub in the semiconductor supply chain, is well positioned to gain further business as Chinese chip firms diversify outside of China for their assembling needs. Chinese firms are also interested in having their chips assembled outside China to make it easier to sell in non-Chinese markets. History says the Nasdaq will surge in 2024, one stock split stock to buy before it does. Yahoo! Amazon has been late to the AI race, but it is now putting its years of expertise in the field to good use, according to Danny Vina, a contributor to The Motley Fool. The company has used AI to enhance a variety of its operations, from making product recommendations and predicting inventory levels to helping stock and ship products and even delivering them. Amazon Web Services has also offered a range of AI solutions. Vina cited recent developments, including the company's Titan image generator and its collaboration with NVIDIA, as evidence of Amazon's commitment to AI. He added that the e-commerce giant stock offered a good investment opportunity, as it was currently trading at about 2.4 times forward sales, compared with its 7-year average of 3.5 times sales. However, a note of caution was sounded by the Motley Fool, which identified 10 other stocks as the best options for investors to buy now. Amazon was not among them. Hong Kong's revamped cash for residency scheme to pit it against Singapore. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's proposed capital investment entrance scheme, CIES, has attracted interest from wealthy families in mainland China and Asia, with many considering setting up family offices in the city, according to industry insiders. The scheme offers fast-track residency in exchange for a minimum 30 million Hong Kong dollars, $3.8 million, investment in local stocks or other assets. The details and launch date of the CIES are expected to be announced by the end of November. The number of family offices in Hong Kong is expected to grow as the number of US dollar millionaires in Asia is projected to rise to 76 million from 30 million currently. A fight over Trump and balance at the Messenger. Yahoo! The Messenger, a news website trying to cater to both conservatives and liberals, was told not to run stories about Donald Trump's civil fraud trial on its homepage, according to leaked Slack messages. Deputy editor Michelle Gottelf told editors to keep the Trump stories in the politics section of the site and out of the most popular section of the homepage. The move prompted speculation over the reason for the directive, with one editor suggesting that founder and publisher Jimmy Finkelstein did not want bad press for Trump. Clorox, Boeing, MGM and more, why big hacks have surged in 2023. Bloomberg. Ransomware attacks on high-value targets such as big companies, banks, hospitals, or government agencies have surged this year, rising 51% through late November, according to cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike Holdings. Payments made to hackers who hold systems hostage for ransom have also increased by almost half through September, totaling almost $500 million in payouts. The number of victims of cyber extortion, which includes ransomware, in the first 3 quarters of 2023 is already 33% higher than all of last year, with most of the new victims concentrated in the US, the UK, and Canada. Experts attribute the surge in activity to the ease of launching attacks and the huge amounts of money to be made from them. The problem is difficult for law enforcement to control due to the scale and global nature of the industry, as many of the hackers are based in Russia or other countries that provide them with a safe haven. Jeff Rowe's exit caps off a brutal month for Never Back Down. Yahoo! Jeff Rowe, the manager of U.S. Republican Ron DeSantis' Super PAC, resigned after the former's team was criticized for poor campaigning. Rowe's Never Back Down team had struggled with a series of issues, with the Super PAC losing favor with DeSantis' inner circle. The team's mistakes included faking an image of jets flying over DeSantis and using artificial intelligence to create a fake recording of Donald Trump's voice. The campaign itself has distanced itself from the Super PAC, saying it has a historic ground game. Here's how we can safeguard privacy amid the rise of artificial intelligence. The Globe and Mail. And Cavoukian, the former 3-term Information and Privacy Commissioner of Ontario and Executive Director of the Global Privacy and Security by Design Centre, has argued that the privacy by design principles codified by the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, are essential to mitigate the risks of using artificial intelligence, AI, and to protect data privacy. Cavoukian believes that adhering to the internationally recognized ISO 31701 standard will ensure that privacy is built into the DNA of technology from its inception, and will enable the world to leverage data's full potential. Cloud research shows one size does not fit all and security budgets need a boost. The Sydney Morning Herald. New research from Datacom's annual cloud report in Australia shows that the move to public cloud platforms is not as clear-cut as previously thought. While public cloud computing is expected to be the preferred platform for 50% of ANZ organizations over the next 3 years, all platform types except on-premise data centers will grow. Organizations are making deliberate decisions to maintain their applications and data on multiple platforms, driven by cost and performance considerations. The report also reveals a lack of maturity in security practices, with only 46% of respondents having a cloud security policy in place. In addition, just over a third had an immutable offline backup strategy. The survey also probed attitudes to sustainability and found that interest is high but maturity is low. Only 26% of organizations had a dedicated sustainability team and 32% had no sustainability strategy or involvement from the IT department. First supercomputer that replicates the human brain firing up in Sydney. The Sydney Morning Herald. Scientists at Western Sydney University are preparing to launch Deep South, the world's first supercomputer that simulates the power and design of the human brain. The computer, which is expected to be operational in April 2024, aims to overcome the limitations of traditional computers by replicating the brain's ability to bring processing and memory together, potentially revolutionizing artificial intelligence. The neuromorphic technology could also reduce energy needs and enable the development of more powerful, independent mobile devices. The computer will initially be used to study brain processing and neurological diseases. Forget big cities like Toronto. Small-town startups are the answer to Canada's entrepreneurial growth. The Toronto Star. Canada needs to focus on championing innovation and entrepreneurship in rural communities in order to support the growth of the country's innovation ecosystem, according to an op-ed in the Star. The article argues that the focus on major cities for innovation is not sustainable and risks sidelining the towns where entrepreneurship first took root. Rural communities offer tightly knit communities that rally around new businesses and provide prime testing grounds for innovation. The op-ed calls on the broader innovation ecosystem to collaborate with rural communities and bridge the support gap. Cybersecurity and cloud networking stocks are the ones to watch for 2024, says Barclays. Yahoo! Artificial intelligence, AI, will be the catalyst for a strong performance from the tech sector in 2024, particularly cybersecurity and cloud networking stocks, according to Barclays. The second year of the generative AI boom will help the industry expand use cases and mitigate risk. AI threats will lead to a 14% increase in corporate spending on cybersecurity to $215 billion next year, according to Gartner. Barclays senior software analyst Saket Kalia said cloud security and secure access service edge are top investment themes for 2024, with CrowdStrike and Gen Digital among his top picks. Fate of pandemic darling stocks, DoorDash is taking off while Zoom remains in limbo. Yahoo! The pandemic proved to be a boon for a wide range of companies, from Zoom, ZM, to Peloton, PTON, to DoorDash, Dash. But once the hype faded, some companies translated their burst of popularity to a long-term business, while others are looking like one-hit wonders with dying fads. The most famous pandemic darling remains Zoom, which vaulted from a moderately successful company to becoming a verb. In October 2020, Zoom's stock shot to a record $559 a share. Today, its shares are trading at around $72. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.